All right, so this is to answer the question about targeting health conditions such as like autoimmune and thyroid and stuff. I've been working on this thing for a while and then erased what I was doing. So then I rebuilt it. So you're right, it's hard to target by specific health conditions. And My guess is going to be that anyone who wants to target for health conditions is either going to be a practitioner or is going to be selling supplements or something. So what I'm looking for in this case are people who buy. I'm going to make the assumption that you're either selling information about health stuff or supplements. So what I want to find are people with money who buy stuff and who like supplements in this case, because I'm just, randomly saying, okay, maybe we're going to sell something about thyroid stuff. And I want to narrow that audience down really small. And I'm going to test a whole lot of different audiences by using this. So we start out, I got people like super generic. This is all in the US, by the way. People who are like purchase with offer. So we know they buy stuff when you make an offer, according to Facebook. They're engaged shoppers. This means people who have clicked on a shop now button in the past week. So we're looking for buyers here. We got our top 5% of people in the US, and they like GNC, which is General Nutrition Center, I think is what that stands for. And so now we have 20,000 people. When I get rid of likes GNC, we got 400,000 people. So this little batch right here is just people with money. And now we can start narrowing it down based on stuff that they're into. So for example, we did GNC. So if we were selling like health supplements or whatever about thyroid things or whatever, like that could be a good one because we know they buy supplements. Now, if we wanted to target ADHD people, I got rid of GNC. So now I have people who buy stuff, and these are folks who are interested in self knowledge. Now, that is not necessarily an ADHD target. So if we were looking, and I'm running out of time here, unfortunately, but if we were wanting to really get hardcore about this, number one, we would test this audience. I would test it. I'd split my genders up and ages up just to get smaller audiences to test. I just have 40 to 65 plus right here. So that would make this audience size a little bit smaller. And then we could go for, I looked for authors, for ADHD related authors. I couldn't find anything. But you might know more about that field than I do. I went ahead and just messed around with some like author ideas. And again, like ADHD authors, I couldn't find any interest to target like some of the bigger medical authors, unfortunately. But like Byron Katie talks about mental stuff a lot. It's a very small audience, so it would be, you would know pretty quickly, how well it was performing for you. I also tested Brene Brown. She writes about mental stuff too. You know, it writes about mental stuff. So pretty good size audience right there. Here's another one, very small audience, people who are interested in mind body problem. I Googled that. That's a philosophy. So this, this is going for like the ADHD type of thing. I also typed in behavior, and let's see, we would have to take away these other things here, but there is Association for Behavioral and Cognitive Therapies as a professional organization. Don't know if you're going direct to consumer or not, but there is that one. But that audience is kind of small, so it would be too small if we did it with these other things as well. Probably. Let's see. Oh no, look there. So like, again, this is a small audience, but it doesn't matter. You can run a whole lot of different campaigns to different audiences. So again, that would be on the ADHD thing, because that mental one's a harder one. Stuff like pituitary issues, thyroid issues, diabetes and things like that. If you're selling information or supplements, that's going to be a lot simpler. Also, here's again cognitive science. That's another heavy psychology related interest here, and it's a relatively small one. So in the case of ADHD, you're going to, have to test a lot of audiences, and really any health related thing where you're going after somebody that's got a specific condition, you're just going to want to be doing a lot of narrowing down. And you don't necessarily have to go with just buyers, I chose just buyers because I'm kind of thinking this might be, selling supplements or something like that. And we want people who are buying right now who have money, but you could just as easily layer interests. Like you got to be interested in psychology and cognitive science and the GNC and another vitamin retailer, etc. And a certain author. Basically, you just want to keep whittling down until you get these audiences that are small enough to give you results relatively quickly, either good results or bad results, and you'll know, within a week whether or not that audience is actually paying attention to you. I hope this helps, but you always just got to get a little creative, you know. Generally speaking, by the way, going after authors, publications, stores, and things like that your audience would read or go to or listen to or frequent is a good one. For whatever reason, ADHD, like Dr. Daniel Amen, for example, has a PBS special. The guy's super famous, wrote a book about ADHD. Can't target him on Facebook. Drives me crazy. So anyway, I think you get the point, right? Okay.